Hello, everyone. I'm Harvey Brownstone, and today I'm delighted to welcome back to our show a singer, songwriter, musician, and four-time Grammy balloted producer who's worked with many legendary music artists since the late 70s. His career has evolved from being a musician on tour, session player, and solo artist to establishing Plateau Music, a highly successful Nashville-based recording studio, independent record label, and artist management firm. He's produced the music of many artists, including Debby Campbell, Donny Most, Christine Padua, Bobby Wilson, Myla Mason, Sam Austin, Tammy Davis, and Aris Weathersby. Plateau Music has had 35 nationally charted records, 25 of them reaching the top 40 and several going to the top 10. Last year, when he appeared on our show, he had come full circle and resumed his own recording career with the release of his album, Why Not Me, containing the single Rhythm of the Rain. Today, he's back to talk about the new single from that album, the title song written by Dennis Welch entitled Why Not Me, which is dedicated to promoting autism awareness, acceptance, and understanding throughout the world. Here's the video for the song. Watch this.
There's a mountain wide and high. It reaches halfway to the sky. In my heart, I know that I'm supposed to climb. Well, the fear's down in my soul tell me I might lose control. No matter what they say, I'm climbing anyway. Why not me? Why can't I? I'll never know if I don't try. Yeah, I might fail or I might fall. It's just a mountain after all. So why not me? There's an ocean deep and blue. It stretches out in front of you. On the other side is everything you've dreamed of. So say a prayer and then set sail. Stay the course, you will prevail. When the doubts start whispering, just lift your voice and sing. Why not me? Why can't I? I'll never know if I don't try. The storms may rage, the sea might roar. It's just an ocean, nothing more. So why not me? Why not me? Why can't I? I'll never know if I don't try. Yeah, I might fail or I might fall. It's just a mountain after all. Just an ocean, nothing more. Why not me? Yeah, why not me? Yeah, why not me?
Thank you.
The song is going viral all over the world and is rapidly climbing the Heritage chart in the UK. It's being released by Plateau Music on November 24th. I'm delighted to welcome back my dear friend Tony Mantor to our show. Tony, thank you so much for being here.
Well, thank you, and thanks for having me.
Tony, first of all, congratulations on the success of Why Not Me. You must be thrilled with the public reaction to this very poignant and uplifting song with such an important universal message.
Yes, whenever you do anything in music or in life, you just never know what to expect. You do it with your best efforts and hope that people will see it and like it, and then you just never know where it's going to go from there. So the response has been just overwhelming.
Yes, it's already become a big hit in the UK.
Yeah, we focused on the UK to springboard it here to the US, and the US market's picking up on it. The video's getting worldwide recognition with views, and I couldn't be happier about it.
And I couldn't be happier for you. Why did you choose autism as the cause you wish to bring awareness to?
Well, ironically, I didn't pick autism. Autism picked me. 2 years ago, I had done a country version of Why Not Me to support our first responders, and I just wanted to take and bring recognition to people that were helping us, in our daily life, and then it developed into a video and a radio promotion, which I didn't expect, and then once that was over, I just kind of figured I would go back to my production development and just do what I'd been doing for the last 20 odd years. Well, a person called me up and asked me if I would consider doing something for them like I did for the first responders. And I asked, who's them? And she was a speech therapist for autistic children. So she opened my eyes to what they need and all that. And I had friends that have autistic children, and so I decided it was a good thing to do. So we started working on it, and I tried to give it a different production so that it wouldn't confuse people. I went more adult contemporary pop, and then I got people from here in Nashville to give me pictures and videos, and I started assembling it and putting together just like I did the former one. And now it's just, grown, like wildfire.
Tell us about the making of that very special video. I understand you're making a video series, correct?
Yes. I don't have a deadline for how the series is going to evolve. This whole project has really, when I've needed something, it's kind of come to me. I plan like I plan other things. I'll say I need to do this, or I need to do this, and then something will happen that kind of, it doesn't change the direction. It might just embellish it a little bit so that I can see that where it'll be a little bit better if I did that. So I just talked with a few friends here in Nashville and said, I'm thinking about doing a video to support autism awareness and acceptance. April is Autism Awareness Month, and they push for autism awareness and acceptance. And my slogan has evolved to autism awareness, acceptance, and understanding, because I found from talking to people that autism has become more prevalent and people they're aware of it. And like most people, when they're aware of something, they accept that it exists and they go about their daily lives, but they don't understand it. And even some of the children that have brothers or sisters that have it, they don't understand it. So their parents have to explain it to them why someone's a little bit different than what they are, and how they can help and work with them so that everybody kind of evolves into a family, so to speak. So when I talked with people around Nashville and told them what I was trying to do, I told them I just needed some pictures and video clips, and I thought, there for a while it was going to be, touch and go with how many I would get, and I just got overwhelmed again with more clips and pictures than I could use. So I decided that it would be kind of cool to make it into a series and kind of take it to different cities around the country. And I've got different cities around the world now that have said that they'd like to have one too. So I don't have a time frame exactly when it's going to happen, but that's the plan right now, to focus on cities and bring awareness around the world.
I think you're just an amazing fusion of technical expertise, artistic expertise, compassion, social awareness. You're really the whole package when it comes to an artist. And that's why you're one of my favorite people, I got to tell you.
I appreciate that. I've always been an advocate for people that need help, and this here just really makes sense. 1 in 7 people around the world either know someone or has someone that's autistic in their family. And it was just put out, I think, 1 in 44 children born have autism. So it's something that we need to be aware of. We need to accept it, and we need to understand it so that we can evolve as a human race in this world, because everybody's different. In this world, I mean, you're different, I'm different, and that's what makes us unique, and that's what makes us a great society. So I think that we just need to bring more of that into everything, and hopefully make things better for everyone.
Well, and you do it in such a wonderful way. I mean, I love the song. The song is, you can get very addicted to it. It kind of becomes an earworm. And I think that's one of the reasons why it's becoming such a big hit. It's such a good song, and you perform it so, so well. I really love it.
Well, thanks. When I first heard the song, Dennis sent it to me because I had recorded one of his songs that he had co-written with a friend, with a singer that I worked with previously, and he wanted me to hear it. And when I heard the song, I listened to it. I said, "Well, this is me. I mean, this is what I put out there on my social media: positivity, never give up on your dreams. It doesn't matter when it happens; it only matters that it does happen." And so I told him, I said, "Hey, look, I'm no star. I'm not going to sell 1 million records or anything, but I'd like to put this on my CD that I'm doing, for my enjoyment." And so the unique thing about this song is now it's in its second rendition for another charity, and for people that need help. And it's become kind of an anthem song for positivity, and something that we just never expected. So it's turned out really, really good.
It sure has. Tony, you created your company, Plateau Music, in 2005. And over the years, you've chosen your artists very carefully. What do you look for in an artist before you're prepared to sign them to your label?
The biggest thing that I look for is, number one, they have to have the talent. And then they have to have the willingness to learn and develop, because I mean, when I was a kid, and getting out of high school, and I wanted to be a star like everybody else, go out and perform around the country and around the world. I just thought that if I had a record on radio, that I'd made it. Unfortunately, that's not true. I found out the hard way that was just the tip of the iceberg, and you had to really understand that it's a business. So when I look for people that come to me, and I look at them and see what they have to offer, as far as talent, they can have talent, but if they don't have the right attitude and the right willingness to learn and develop, then ultimately you can have the best producer in the world and it still won't work. You've got to have all those pieces of the puzzle that you can fit together and create a nice picture that can be accepted by a lot of different people that just enjoy music, no matter what style of music it happens to be. So I look for people that can learn and develop and look at different ways of doing things and understand why we're doing it. Because an intelligent singer that learns and understands, then when something happens that could be positive or it could be not so positive, you understand why it's happening, and then you realize that you have to make adjustments in order to take and turn it around. Because not all negative is bad. It just shows you different ways to shape yourself and develop yourself so that you can turn into what you want it to be, and get where you want to be.
I've had the pleasure of interviewing two of your artists on our show, Debby Campbell and Donny Most. How are they doing?
They're doing great. We're going to release a single for her in the UK in January. And Donny, we just released a single last week. And this is the first week of its promotion to radio here in the US. And it started out really, really good. We've already got 10 stations on it across the country, and we've got other stations that are listening to it. So things are really going well there.
Please give them my best wishes and my love. I just adore them both.
I will. They're great people.
Tony, as you know, I follow you on social media. I'm one of your fans, and you've become quite a proponent for positivity in the world. Your Facebook posts are very inspiring because you encourage us to never give up on our dreams, as you mentioned. Tell me what motivates you to spread such wonderful, positive energy.
Well, my mother, when I was being raised by my parents, they were raised through the Great Depression, and they were, boots on the ground, watch out what you're doing. They supported everything I was doing, but they were very realistic in their approach, and their reality sometimes would be taken as negativity. And I can say the same thing about me. I'll tell different people, we got to do this, or we got to do that. And I'll tell them whole things, and they'll ask me, how come you're negative about it? I said, no, I'm not being negative. I'm being realistic, but you, in order to be realistic, you have to understand what's going on so that you can look at positive things and use those to help you, and don't look at the negative. You're aware of the negative because it's out there, but you use that negative to push you to be positive. So I just decided that with all the negativity in the world and everybody finding fault with people and all this, that my Facebook pages, my Twitter pages, my Instagram was going to be nothing but something for positive. Find that silver lining in that dark cloud. Look at things and find a way to learn from them, because all the mistakes we make, all the missteps that we make, you can look at them in two ways. You can look at them, oh, it's over, woe is me, or you can look at them, okay, I made that mistake, I'm not going to make it again. I'll adjust and move forward, and it'll be better. So I've found that by putting positive posts out there and trying to get people to think, and realize that it's not all that bad, I think that's the best way to go. And I'm fortunate that people like what I put out there. They follow it. They make comments, that they wait for my daily posts or whatever. And it's just nice to see that people, like what I'm putting. And some people will, this is a great thing about social media and just in general on what I'm doing. I get people that will send me messages, that will send me, different little clips, and they tell me about their grandkids that have autism, or this post that you put out today, I needed that today because I was going through this. They create conversation, and they inspire me sometimes, because I see them going through something and they're finding the way to make it work, so they're not going into that deep dark hole. So I just realized that from put out positive stuff, that hopefully it'll help somebody. And my goal out of everything that I put out in this video and the song is, if I can help just one person, then it's been successful.
Well, I think you're helping more than that. Aside from your positivity, there's another thing about you, Tony, that really resonates with me. You're a real professional. You have integrity. You believe in doing high quality work. You're a man of your word. And in an industry that's filled with a lot of big talkers and big egos and broken promises, you're a real breath of fresh air, my friend.
I appreciate that. This industry that we're in, is just exactly what you said. It can be cutthroat. It can be backstabbing. It can be, it can be everything that's bad. But with that said, it can also be really good and rewarding too. If you go out there and you try and do the best you can, and you put good positive things out there, you never know what can happen. I mean, I've done, several interviews, and I always try and use this term in it, is that put out your best work that you possibly can, no matter what the situation is, because you never know who's watching you and what can happen around the next corner.
I can't get over that you just said that, because I don't know if you remember this, but you told me something after we finished filming your last appearance on our show. At that time, I had only recently started the show and I wasn't really sure where it was going. You were one of my first guests, and you said to me, you know, Harvey, the thing about the entertainment industry is that you never know who's watching you. So just keep doing your best and let your work speak for itself. Tony, that was such great advice. And sure enough, when I look at everything that's happened with the show in the last year, you were 100% correct. And I thank you so much for that.
Oh, I'm just glad that it's going well for you. I've followed what you're doing and the people that you interview and all that. And I think you're doing a great job.
Oh,
And that's what's needed in this world. It's people like you that put out good quality projects, that do their research and have good conversations with the people that you're interviewing. It's not really an interview. If you have, I was told a long time ago, an interview can be a question and answer, a question and answer, a question and answer, or it can be a conversation. And if you can turn it into a conversation, it makes it so that people can follow it. They really get a good flow for it. They feel about it. And you can touch on things that hopefully can impact them and give them insight on somebody that they didn't know. And that's kind of what you're doing, and that's a great thing.
Well, I thank you so much for that. And I'm honored that you have twice graced us with your presence. I want to ask you, what was the most important piece of career advice that you ever received?
Oh, wow. I've had so many things that's been told to me. But Bob Millsap, he was one of the first people that helped me in Nashville, him and Gary Paxton. Gary Paxton was a engineering wizard. He was the former singer for the Argyles, Alley-Oop, and a lot of those big hits of the 50s and 60s. And Bob was more of the mastermind of the business side of it. And he, worked with a lot of stars here in Nashville. And he also published the song You Needed Me that Anne Murray recorded. And he gave me a lot of good advice, and it was just that one of do the best you can and put the quality out there, because if you put out great product, it doesn't matter. I mean, you've got people out there that have had just the most awesome careers that you can imagine. They've had gold records, they've sold millions, they've toured around the country, around the world, and they're revered by all their fans and everything. Or you can be someone that's out there just doing your best, and you might have a few records out, no gold records, no hundreds of thousands of fans. But the one thing is if you have fans, no matter what the size they are, and they follow you, then you're in good place because if people can talk good about you and realize that you're trying and you're doing the best you can, they enjoy what you're doing, and they follow what you're doing. Again, it comes back to that one saying: you never know who's watching and what can happen. So I mean, I've been in this business for a long time. I've been in Nashville for over 29 years, and a friend and I were sitting in my studio one day, and we just happened to go over to start talking about some things. We started going through some music that I produced, like 20 years ago, and the quality still stood. It still stood tall. Just like the times had changed, and the arrangements and the sound, the style has changed, but the quality was still good. So if you can put out good quality from day one to whenever it is, then at least people will look at you for what you're doing and give you the respect because you've worked hard for it. So whether you've got millions of fans or hundreds of fans, if you get that respect, you're in a good place.
Over the years, you've gotten to meet and work with a lot of great music legends and with the children of some great legends. Do you sometimes have to pinch yourself when you look at the career you've had?
I do. It's I'm a small town boy from a little town in Madison, in the state of Maine. I mean, Maine has like 1.2 million people in the whole state, and here in Nashville, in just 30 miles, we got more than 2 million people. So for a small time guy, little guy like myself, to come from that little town and move to Nashville and be involved with some of the people that I've been involved with, it's been a blessing. I've been very, very fortunate. I mean, I've had people call me up or reach out to me that I used to listen to when I was growing up and say, we need to work on a project together, and when I hang up, well, it's like with Donny Most. I mean, I watched him, in Happy Days when I was in Maine and just doing my weekly music things that I would do and perform. And then I get a call and I'm talking with Ralph Mouth. I visualize Donny playing his part, and here I'm talking to that voice. So yeah, I mean, my life and my career, if it ended today, I can sit back and say and be very proud of who I've worked with and what I've done, and it's I've been very fortunate.
If you had to identify 2 or 3 greatest moments in your career, what would they be?
That's a tough one because there's been so many really good ones. I've got to say, working with the artists that I've worked with, that's been just outstanding. Creating some of the friendships that I have in Nashville, New York, LA, in the UK, around the world. I mean, that's really gratifying. This Why Not Me? That probably, if this works out the way that I hope that it can, helping people that need that help, this could probably be one of the most important things that I've done, because I've helped people with their careers, I've managed them, I've guided them, but they could have done that without me, because there's other people out there that could do it, but if I can help people that need help on daily things that we take for granted, then that's a big positive for me.
Well, Why Not Me is currently climbing the Heritage chart in the UK. It looks like I think you're going all the way to the top of the mountain. Since we're talking about your song that you've recorded, there's an obvious question here, Tony. Are you maybe thinking about going back to recording more songs and performing and even maybe going on tour?
No, I'm not planning. I may record some more songs. I'm recording a Christmas song right now, just because I've never recorded a Christmas song. So I said, this might be the year to put that out. I'm not going to promote it or take it to radio or anything. I'm just going to wind up putting it on iTunes and maybe do a YouTube thing on it where I can just put it out there. And possibly after this thing runs its course, I might take and record some more songs that I enjoy doing, because it's a pleasure to do it. It's fun. But as far as touring and all that, I did that, back before I moved to Nashville. And that's part of the reason why I got off from the road, was because I could stay here and not have to travel around the country and have 2:00 in the morning, getting off the stage and all that. Now, not to say that if somebody called me up and had a special event, they wanted me to sing the song there or something, I'd consider that, but just to go on tour and get out there, no, that's not the purpose. The purpose is this kind of fell in my lap to help people, so that I'm taking advantage of the fact that I can help, and that came to me. But I'm still going to stay in the production world and development and help the people that need to be helped, and do that, because I enjoy that. So no, I mean, I love all the stuff I'm doing, and the great thing is I get to do a little piece of all of it, and I don't have to commit to any one thing, which is kind of cool.
Well, I can't wait to hear the Christmas song, and I can assure you that I will promote it. I want to tell all our viewers that you can learn more about Tony Mantor by going to his official website, tonymantor.com. You can make donations to support Tony's campaign for autism awareness on his website. And you can also download his album entitled Why Not Me, or buy the CD, which includes the title song, plus 11 other beautiful songs by the wonderful Tony Mantor. And don't forget to subscribe to the Tony Mantor YouTube channel, where you'll be able to see his new Why Not Me video and the series that he's eventually going to do promoting autism awareness throughout the world. You can also find out everything that's happening with all of the artists at Plateau Music by going to plateaumusic.com. I hope everyone will download Tony Mantor's beautiful and inspirational new song, Why Not Me, which is being released by Plateau Music on November 24th. Well, Tony, it's always a pleasure to talk with you. I wish you the best of luck with Why Not Me, and I can't wait to have you come back to talk about all of your upcoming projects. Thank you so much for taking the time to appear on our show.
Yes, thanks. It's been a pleasure as always.
Our guest has been singer, songwriter, producer, record label executive, and manager, Tony Mantor. My name is Harvey Brownstone. Thank you to our producer, Steve Silver. Thank you to Steve Osborne, Darren J., and my entire team in the UK and my team in LA. Thank you all for watching. See you next time.
Thanks for watching. Be sure to check out all the great interviews on the Harvey Brownstone Interviews YouTube channel. Don't forget to subscribe and ring the bell to be notified when new videos are posted.